Pac-12 is about to expand, and they have talked extensively to SMU. They were in Dallas-Fort Worth this past Wednesday. They talked to San Diego State's people at the Holiday Bowl here. They talked to Fresno State. They have not talked to Boise State. There's a lot of dialogue as to, are these the right teams to add to what will be the Pac-10 the minute USC and UCLA leave to go to the Big Ten in 2024? And the big debate is, should the Pac-10 add San Diego State and SMU? Are they really adding quality football programs? Or are they going to do it because the Aztecs have a legendary basketball program that might be able to replace UCLA as being a player in the new conference? Are they doing it because they need to plant their flag in Southern California because there will be no USC, UCLA Pac-12 games? The San Diego State, they have the ability to replace UCLA and Southern Cal as a figure of Southern California power football. That's a big thing. Or you're doing it just geographically. So you plant your flag in Texas, you plant another flag in Southern California, or you're just doing it to add TV markets. Dallas and San Diego between them, 4.1 million TV sets. But I wrote a column on my website today. Any of those TV sets tuned to San Diego State football or SMU football? I don't think so. That's a big issue there as to what they bring. Are they doing it to add academic integrity to the conference? SMU's got a great academic reputation. San Diego State has built its academic reputation. So they're trying to put together the 12 teams that they can then go to the next media partner, whether that's ESPN or Amazon, and say, these are the TV sets that we're going to expose our football programs and basketball programs to. Sign this contract extension. So it remains to be seen whether they offer the Aztecs and the Mustangs first or whether they do the TV contract first. I just don't know that these two schools add the cachet you want to be a member of the Pac-12. To me, it's, with apologies in advance, it's like saying, oh, we're going to add Washington State to the conference. Well, Washington State's not a power. San Diego State's not a power. The one intangible, though, is Brady Hoke comes from the Big Ten. Brady Hoke knows how to recruit big-time players. And if they get into the Pac-12, on his business card, it'll say Brady Hoke, San Diego State Aztecs, Pac-12 football. He'll be able to recruit big-time players here. But, there's a whole NIL angle to this whole thing. San Diego State's NIL money is minuscule compared to what they're doing at Southern Cal, what they're doing with the Oregon Ducks, Washington Huskies. So just saying you're in the Pac-12 does not guarantee you're going to be able to compete. I'd hate to see these guys join this thing and then all of a sudden realize that, we're Washington State. We're going to have a tough time competing. Yeah. It's so complex, a lot of different layers to it. That's my spin. Maybe the Pac-12 should just be 10 for now and just see how all this expansion shakes out. Your reaction?
Well, I know they're going back. If you roll the clock back 30 or 40 years, there's a lot of friction, between the UC system and the Cal State system. Sure. And I think that was, this notion of academics and do they fit the Pac-12 profile? If there's a vote, it's a good chance, the Berkeley, UCLA would be gone, but Berkeley would probably not want to have San Diego State, in the conference with them. But let me ask you this, Lee, do you think that if there's a chance the Pac-12 could dissolve, and would maybe San Diego State be better off if they joined the Big 12?
Well, Big 12, I don't think it's going to expand anymore because they just added 4. They just added Cincinnati and University of Houston, Central Florida, BYU. So I don't think they're going to get any bigger. Big 12 did that out of desperation. If I were the Pac-12, I would have conducted a middle-of-the-night raid and taken Oklahoma State and TCU. And taken them out of the Big 12, moved them out here, because all of a sudden, if you take those two that are good programs and you're linking them with Oregon and you're linking Washington, now you get bigger names. But then again, there's the emotional departure of those schools want to leave the state of Texas and leave Oklahoma to come out here. The whole conference expansion thing is so screwed up. I'm sorry. West Virginia Mountaineers in the Big 12 Conference. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Syracuse Orangemen in the ACC. You think anybody's excited about that? So this whole thing is so out of control. Would you think Aztecs and SMU could do well in the Pac-12?
SMU, no. Aztecs, maybe. The basketball Aztecs are right in there. I mean, they could win the thing. And football, they've had their moments, and they've had a really good record against Pac-12 teams over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it's playing a lot of the bottom dwellers, though.
Well, the bottom dwellers are still there, and 2 of the top teams are gone. So I think from a football perspective, they could be competitive. Are they going to be going, dominating the Ducks right out of the gate? No, but they can take care of business against Arizona, Washington State. Yeah, they can do some damage.
One of the intangibles I'd like to see, and I don't know how the Pac-12 uses this as leverage, because SC and UCLA are gone. And obviously the Trojans and Bruins are going to play games at the Rose Bowl and at the Coliseum, home games against Big Ten opponents. You think anybody get excited to see Trojans Northwestern? UCLA Maryland? Nah. But one of the intangibles, if I were the commissioner of the Pac-12, I'd go back to USC and UCLA and say, guys, you got 3 non-conference games each you have to schedule. Schedule our teams. Schedule SC to play Oregon in a, quote, non-conference game.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's have UCLA play the Washington Huskies in a non-conference game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you can spread the Trojans and the Bruins across that schedule. So somebody plays Oregon State, somebody plays the Washington State Cougars, somebody plays Stanford and Cal. So a lot of decisions to be made. It's not going to be easy. I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's going to happen real quick, though. I would think within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to know what the landscape of the Pac-12 conference is going to look like.